The forest swallows her screams. Tari runs so fast, gasping, yellow dress torn and soaked with blood. She glances back, terror in her eyes. Her lungs burn. Behind her, footsteps crunch closer. Kim Nari crashes through the trees behind her, knife raised, smiling, face twisted into something inhuman. 20 miles away, Junsang's Mercedes tears through Busan at 140 miles per hour. His phone shows Tari's location moving fast. Tari bursts into a clearing. The ground disappears ahead. Ocean waves crash against rocks 200 feet below. She stops so fast she nearly tumbles forward. Nowhere left to run. Nari steps into the clearing, breathing hard, smiling.
Jump.
Or, I make sure your mother dies screaming your name. Tari's feet shuffle backward. The coral bracelet on her wrist, her mother's last gift, catches the dying sun. In the distance, tires screech. Tari closes her eyes. She jumps. Hello, fam. If you want to know how a Nigerian cafe worker ended up here, falling off a cliff because of a mafia boss's obsession, hit that subscribe and like button. Let me know in the comment. Would you risk it all for love? Let's dive in. Dawn breaks over Houndy Beach. Tari wipes down cafe tables, her third hour into a double shift. The morning crowd hasn't arrived yet. She video calls home, propping her phone against the espresso machine. Her mother's face fills the screen, thinner than last month. My daughter, you look tired. I'm good, Mama. Tari forces brightness into her voice. The medicine, did you take it? Too expensive. I'm saving it for... Mama, please. Tari's hands still on the rag. That's why I'm here. So you can get better. Her mother's smile doesn't reach her eyes. This bracelet kept me safe for 40 years. Now it protects you. She touches her bare wrist. Come home soon, Tari. Before. The call drops. Tari stares at the blank screen, touching the coral beads. Before what? Before the money runs out. Before her visa expires in 6 weeks. Before her mother. She doesn't finish the thought. The cafe door chimes. Tari looks up, ready to greet the first customer. 3 men in dark suits enter first, scanning the room with mechanical precision. The sparse morning crowd goes silent. A woman grabs her child's hand and leaves quickly. Then he walks in.
Tall.
Sharp jawline. Eyes that could cut glass. He moves like someone accustomed to rooms rearranging themselves around him. The barista, Min-jun, goes pale and whispers urgently. That's Lee Jun-sang. Be careful. Tari doesn't know who that is. She approaches his table in the corner, the one with sight lines to all exits. What can I?
Americano. Now.
He doesn't look up from his phone. Tari's hand tightens on her order pad. Back home, her mother taught her. Rudeness is a choice, not a right. We say please where I'm from. The bodyguards tense. The entire cafe holds its breath. Jun-sang's eyes snap to hers. For 3 seconds, nobody moves. Then something flickers across his face. Surprise? Amusement? He leans back, really looking at her now. Please. The word sounds foreign in his mouth. Tari nods and walks away, heart hammering. Min-jun grabs her arm in the kitchen. Are you insane? That man owns half of Busan's underworld. People who disrespect him end up with good manners? Tari pulls free. I'm making his coffee. When she returns, Jun-sang is alone. The bodyguards wait outside. He watches her set down the cup. You're not from here. Yes. She turns to leave. Wait. It's not a command this time. Almost a question. What's your name? My name is Tari.
Tai.
He tests it, like tasting something new.
I
know who you are now. Everyone does. She meets his gaze. Will that be all? He slides a 100,001 note across the table for a 4,501 coffee. Keep the change. I don't want your guilt money. The corner of his mouth twitches. Almost a smile. It's not guilt. It's curiosity. After he leaves, Tari finds her hands shaking. She doesn't know if it's fear or something else entirely. That night, she walks home through the alley behind the market. Faster than usual. The streetlight's been out for weeks. She's thinking about her mother's medical bills, about the visa appointment next month, about voices. Angry. She freezes. In the alley's dead end, 3 men surround a fourth. Junsang stands in the center, perfectly still while his bodyguards hold someone against the wall. The man's face is bloody. "You stole from me," Junsang says quietly. "Somehow that's worse than shouting. From my family. Please, I'll pay back, I swear." The first blow lands with a sickening crack. Tari gasps before she can stop herself. Junsang's head turns. Their eyes lock across 30 feet of darkness. For a moment, she sees something in his face, shame? Then it hardens into a mask. He nods once to his men. They release the thief, who scrambles away into the night. Tari runs. She doesn't stop until she reaches her tiny apartment, door locked, lights off, heart trying to break through her ribs. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. "I'm sorry you saw that." She deletes it, blocks the number, lies awake until dawn. The next evening, he's back at the cafe. Same corner table, same dark suit. But his eyes are different, uncertain almost.
Americano.
Tari asks, professional and cold. "I wanted to."
He stops.
Starts again. "Yesterday, what you saw, that's not. I don't expect you to understand." "Then why are you here?" "Because you looked at me like I was human before you knew what I was." His voice drops. Nobody's done that in a very long time. Tari sets down her order pad. Against every instinct screaming at her to walk away, she sits. "So what are you?" "Honestly, I don't know anymore." He stares at his hands. "My father built this empire. Then someone put 3 bullets in his chest. I inherited a world I never wanted, full of people I can't trust, doing things that make me." He stops. "You don't want to hear this." "No," Tari says quietly. "But maybe you need to say it." They talk until her shift ends. He asks about Nigeria. She tells him about her mother, about red clay roads and the smell of fried rice, about feeling invisible here. He tells her about the weight of expectations, about being trapped in someone else's story. When she finally stands to leave, he asks, "Can I see you again? Not here. Somewhere normal." There's nothing normal about this. "I know." Something raw flickers across his face. "But I'm asking anyway. Please." That word again. It sounds less foreign now. One time, Tari hears herself say, "That's all." His smile could light up the entire cafe. Outside, across the street, a woman sits in a black sedan. Kim Nari watches through tinted windows, fingers tight around a velvet box containing an engagement ring. Her phone rings. "He's with her again," she tells her father. "The African girl." "Then handle it." Her father's voice crackles. "Our families need this merger. Without the Lee Empire, we're finished." Kim Nari ends the call. Opens a contact labeled Immigration Office. 1 date becomes 2. Then 5. Junsang takes her to a Nigerian restaurant 2 hours outside Busan that he found through meticulous research. The owner, surprised to see another African face, embraces Tari like family. "You did this?" Tari asks, watching Junsang fumble with fufu. "I wanted." He pauses. "I wanted to understand your world, since you're trying to understand mine." "I don't understand your world. People hurting each other for money and power. I'll never understand that." "Good." He reaches across the table, hesitant. She lets him take her hand.
"Don't."
"It means you're still clean. Everything I touch turns dark, but you." His thumb traces her coral bracelet. "You're still bright." On Houndy Beach at sunset, he teaches her Korean phrases. She teaches him Yoruba. They laugh at each other's terrible pronunciations. The bodyguards wait a respectful distance away. "Can I tell you something?"
Junsang asks.
The orange light makes him look younger, less dangerous. "I've been planning an exit. From all of this." "What do you mean?" "I've been gathering evidence against my own organization, working with prosecutors anonymously. In 6 months, maybe less, I can." He stops. "I know it doesn't erase what I've done, but maybe I can stop anyone else from becoming what I became." Tari's hand finds his. That's incredibly brave. Or incredibly stupid. But he's smiling. Then serious again. "But if I do this, I'll have enemies. Dangerous ones. Being near me." "Stop." She turns to face him fully. I see you. Not the empire. Not the reputation.
You.
And I. The words stick. I think I'm falling for the man who says please now. He kisses her. Gentle. Terrified. Like she might disappear. In her car parked on the beach access road, Nari photographs them through a telephoto lens. Her hands shake with rage. That night, David Okafor, Tari's childhood friend from Lagos, meets Nari in a warehouse by the docks. He's sweating despite the cool air. I can't do this anymore, David says. She's my friend. My family. Nari slides an envelope across the table. Your visa expires in 3 weeks. I know about your gambling debts. About the people looking for you. She opens her phone, shows him a list of immigration violations. I can make this all disappear. Or I can make sure you both get deported to nothing. Your choice, David. His hands tremble picking up the envelope. What do you want? Everything. Her schedule. Where she goes. What she tells him. Nari leans forward. And when she's most vulnerable. She'll never forgive me. Then make sure she never finds out. 2 weeks later, Tari dances in her apartment, playing old Afrobeat music while cooking. Her phone buzzes. Immigration services. She turns down the music, heart suddenly loud in her ears. Miss Johnson? Your visa extension has been denied. You have 72 hours to leave Korea. The spoon falls from her hand. There must be a mistake. I submitted everything. The decision is final. Failure to comply will result in forcible deportation and a 10-year ban. The call ends. Tari sinks to the floor, staring at nothing. 3 days. 72 hours to pack up a year of her life, to leave before she can save enough for her mother's surgery, to abandon the first place that felt like. Her phone rings.
Junsan.
I heard, he says, voice tight. I'm coming over. He arrives in 20 minutes. Doesn't knock, just uses the spare key she gave him last week. Finds her still on the floor. Marry me. Tari looks up. What? Marry me. Tonight. Tomorrow. I don't care. He drops to his knees beside her. A spouse visa can't be revoked like.
No.
She stands, putting distance between them. I won't. I can't be your charity case. Another broken thing you're trying to fix. That's not it. Frustration cracks through his usual control. Damn it, Tari, I love you. This isn't about. You love me? Her laugh is bitter. We've known each other 6 weeks. And I felt more alive in 6 weeks than in 32 years. He moves toward her. I know this is fast. I know my world is dangerous. But I also know that you're the only person who makes me want to be better instead of just different. So yes, I love you. And I'm asking, no, I'm begging, let me fix this. Tari touches her bracelet. Thinks of her mother. Thinks of deportation to an apartment with no electricity, medical bills she can't pay, watching her mother fade. Thinks of Jun Sang's hands, gentle despite their capacity for violence. Okay. Not marriage. Not yet. She takes his hands. But we fight this. Together. No more secrets between us. He pulls her close. No more secrets. The lie tastes like ash in his mouth. He doesn't tell her about the prosecutors, the evidence, the target this puts on both of them. Some secrets, he tells himself, are protection. The next morning, Tari's cafe shift starts normal. Then David walks in, eyes red, hands shaking. I need to talk to you. They sit in the back. He can't meet her eyes. I did something terrible. Nari, she's Jun Sang's ex and she has dirt on me. Immigration stuff. Gambling debts. The words tumble out. She forced me to spy on you. To tell her your movements, your plans. The visa thing, she bribed someone. It's my fault you. Tari's slap echoes through the empty kitchen. Minjun pretends not to hear. You sold me out? For what, David? Money. Survival. He's crying now. She threatened to have us both deported. To hurt you. I thought if I cooperated, I could. Get out. Tari, please. I said get out. Her voice breaks. You were my family here. The only piece of home I had. And you just go. He does, shoulders shaking. Tari slides down the wall, head in her hands. Betrayal tastes like copper and salt. That evening, Jun Sang has dinner with his family. The ancestral estate looms with traditional architecture and modern security. His mother and uncle wait in the formal dining room, faces carved from ice. "Bring her in," his mother says. Tari enters in a lovely dress, clutching her purse like armor. Jun Sang stands, but his uncle gestures him down.
Sit.
The meal is silent. Every clink of chopsticks feels like judgment. Finally, his mother speaks in Korean, knowing Tari understands only fragments. "This woman, where is she from?" "Mother." Jun Sang starts. "Africa." His uncle cuts him off. "Some poor country. What business does our family have with?" "She has a name." Jun Sang's voice goes dangerously quiet. "Use it." His mother turns to Tari, switching to halting English. "You don't speak Korean well. You don't know our customs. What do you want for my son?" Tari sets down her chopsticks carefully. "I don't want anything but him. And he chose me." The uncle slams the table. "You're a disgusting woman. You think you belong here? In our family? That's enough." Jun Sang stands, pulling Tari up with him. "If you can't accept her, you don't accept me." His mother's final words follow them to the door. "She'll ruin you. Girls like her, they trap men." In the parking lot, Tari breaks. Silent tears streaming. Jun Sang holds her, while she shakes. "They're right," she whispers. "I don't belong in your world. Then I'll leave it." He tilts her face up.
For you.
"I'll burn every bridge if it means." "Don't. Don't destroy yourself for me." Too late. His smile is sad. "You already destroyed who I was. Now I get to choose who I become." They don't see Nari in the security booth, recording everything. 1 week later, it's Jun Sang's birthday. Tari cooks in his penthouse kitchen, fried rice, egusi soup, fried plantains. The scents fill the space with warmth. "You didn't have to do all this," Jun Sang says, wrapping arms around her waist. "In my culture, food is love." She stirs the pot. "Besides, you've given me so much. Let me give you this." He tastes the rice, eyes widening. "This is incredible. What's the spice?" "Family secret." She taps his nose with the spoon. "Maybe I'll tell you when." Halfway through dinner, Jun Sang's face goes pale. The fork clatters from his hand. "I don't, something's wrong." He collapses. Tari screams, calling emergency services, hands shaking too badly to find a pulse. The ambulance arrives in 8 minutes. Feels like 8 hours. At the hospital, Tari paces the hallway, still wearing her yellow dress and cooking apron, blood on her hands from where she tried to help him. A doctor emerges. "Arsenic poisoning. If you'd waited 10 more minutes." "But I didn't poison him." Tari's voice cracks. "I would never." Nari appears at the end of the hallway, flanked by police. "Officers, this is the woman. Miss Johnson, you're under arrest for attempted murder."
What? No.
Tari backs away. "I saved his life." A detective holds up an evidence bag. The spice jar from her kitchen. "Your fingerprints are all over this." The lab confirmed arsenic contamination. "That's impossible." Then Tari remembers. David in her apartment last week, offering to help organize her spices while she showered. David, who had keys. David, who was being blackmailed by. She looks at Kim Nari. The woman's smile is poisonous. "You can't do this," Tari says. "He'll tell you He's unconscious," the detective says, "and may not wake up for days." "Now, are you coming quietly?" Tari runs. Through emergency exit, down fire stairs, out into Busan streets. Behind her, radios crackle. Footsteps multiply. She doesn't think, just moves. Muscle memory from childhood, running from bullies, from police during protests, from danger. Her lungs burn. Her vision tunnels. A car engine. Nari behind the wheel, knife visible on the passenger seat, smile shark bright. "You can't hide from this." Tari veers into the forest preserve. Branches tear at her. The coral bracelet catches on a branch, snaps. Beads scatter like tears. She's back where we started now. The cliff. The ocean. Nari emerging from trees with a knife. "You really thought you could have him?" Nari circles closer. "You're nothing. A foreigner playing dress-up in our world. I was promised this life. His family, his empire, his... He doesn't love you. Tari's back is to the void now. He never did. That's why you're doing this. Shut up. Nari lunges. In the distance, an engine roars. But it's too far. Jump, Nari hisses. Or, I make sure your mother dies screaming. Tari thinks of her mother. Of Junsang unconscious in a hospital bed. Of the life she almost had. She steps backward into nothing. The world tilts. Wind rushes up. This is how it ends. Then impact. Not water. Arms. Strong and familiar. Junsang catches her, his body between her and the cliff edge, his men restraining Nari behind him. I've got you, he gasps. They collapse together on solid ground. I've got you. You're supposed to be... unconscious? Barely. He touches her face like proving she's real. They pumped my stomach. I woke up an hour ago, saw the arrest warrant, tracked your phone. His voice breaks. I can't lose you. You're my way out of the darkness. She tried to kill you because of me.
No.
He's fierce now. Because of her obsession. Her entitlement. Not because of you loving me.
Police arrive.
Nari screams as they cuff her. I did this for us. We were supposed to. There was never an us. Junsang says coldly. You wanted my name. My power.
She wanted me.
He doesn't look away from Tari. Forensics finds Nari's prints on the spice jar, inside Tari's apartment from an illegal entry. David's recorded confession, left in his apartment before he disappeared, confirms everything. Kim Nari's family connections can't save her this time. 2 weeks later, Tari wakes in Junsang's guest room. Morning light filters through silk curtains. Her ribs are wrapped from the fall. The coral bracelet, somehow recovered and rest-strung, sits on the nightstand. Junsang enters with tea. Sits on the bed edge. Careful not to jostle her. Your visa is fixed. I pulled strings, legal ones this time. Work permit, path to citizenship if you want it. He hesitates. But your mother. Tari's hands tighten on the sheets. How bad? The hospital called. She's asking for you.
No choice then.
Book me a flight. Already did.
He takes her hand.
For both of us. You can't just leave. I already did. Turned over everything to prosecutors yesterday. My organization's being dismantled as we speak. I have enemies now, serious ones, but I also have... He struggles with the words. I have a chance to be clean. To meet the woman who raised you to be this brave. She's dying, Junsang. I know. And you shouldn't say goodbye alone. They fly to Lagos 3 days later. Her mother's apartment is small, hot, filled with neighbors and love. The old woman's face lights up seeing Tari, then shows confusion at the Korean man behind her. Mama, this is Junsang. He saved me. No, Junsang says quietly. She saved me first. Her mother holds both their hands, smiling despite the pain. You found home, Ayami? Yes, Mama. I found home. She stayed with her mother caring for her, feeling so sad for the pain Mama was passing through, but it seems no hope for her to recover. Sadly, she passes 2 weeks later, peaceful, surrounded by family. Junsang holds Tari through her grief, learning Yoruba prayers, helping her make arrangements for the funeral, earning nods of approval from her aunties. At the grave, Tari places the coral bracelet on fresh earth. Thank you, Mama, for keeping me safe, for teaching me I deserve to be loved. Can happiness exist with grief? Drop your thoughts below. 6 months later, a cafe opens in Houndie. Nigerian coffee, Korean pastries, walls painted sunset orange. The sign reads Tari's Place in English and Korean. Behind the counter, Tari teaches a Korean grandmother about pour-over techniques. At a corner table, Junsang makes lattes, terrible ones that customers tolerate because his earnest concentration is endearing. Her mother's photograph hangs by the register. Below it, the rest-strung coral bracelet in a shadow box. Between customers, Junsang pulls Tari close. Happy. Getting there. She touches his face. You?
Yeah.
He kisses her forehead. I think I finally am. Through the window, Houndy Beach sparkles. Two worlds meeting. Not perfect.
But theirs.
A customer asks for a recommendation. Tari starts to answer, but Junsang spins her around mid-sentence and kisses her. Deep, grateful, full of everything they survived to get here. The cafe erupts in applause. Tari laughs against his mouth. We're working. Let them wait. He pulls her closer. I've waited long enough for this life. Kissing her so deep. She kisses him back, tasting coffee and second chances. From a death threat to a coffee shop love story, Tari and Junsang rewrote their ending. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more emotional tales like this. Drop your answer in the comments. Do you think they'll make it, or is the past too heavy to escape? Thanks for watching, K-Soul family. See you in the next story.